Welcome everybody. Day 2 of the Transport Logistic in Munich live. Warm welcome to the Rhenus booth. Once again, many thanks to the entire Orga team for making this happen here. We are pleased to have so many people here. Please join us for the next Logistics People Community Talk. This event in general opens up many opportunities in terms of meeting customers, connecting to new faces, but also to learn and explore something new. And that's exactly the reason why we chose 8 logistics experts to join us here on our stage and briefly discuss a topic, a state-of-the-art logistics topic. Before we jump right into it, I quickly want to highlight our schedule, which you can also see on the 2 screens, and due to the fantastic work of our marketing team, also in the print version of the DVZ Daily. Yeah, and yesterday we had already the chance to listen to Andre talking about innovative solutions within the Rhenus Group, as well as the Open Logistics Foundation. And for now, it's all about sustainability. Since we have Isawan here, as the Global Director of Sustainability and Development at Rhenus Air Ocean, Isawan is leading the company's sustainability strategies across 40 countries plus. And all I can say, with a true passion for sustainability, she inspires and motivates teams across the globe to promote sustainability efforts and make impactful changes. So, Isawan, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Konstantin. Am I loud enough?
Yes.
I guess so, right? Yeah? Good. So, thank you, Tobias. Good morning, still everyone, yeah? I'm Isawan Kaeo, Sustainability Director at Rhenus Air Ocean. Today, I'm very excited to be here to share with you what we are doing at Rhenus in terms of sustainability. And we'll be also discussing why this topic is so important for us. Not only for us, I guess, but also for our customers and for society as a whole. So I strongly also believe that with these cross-functional efforts, we all can make the greener reality a reality soon. So let's dive in. Before we begin, let me walk you through first the agenda of today. So first topic, we'll look into the introduction of Rhenus, who we are, and what are our sustainability agenda, which is the foundation of our sustainable practices within our organization. And then we will be discussing the question, why do we need to care about sustainability? Ignoring sustainability can have a very significant impact on not only businesses, but also our daily lives. Yeah? And of course, finally, I think this is the most important topic for today in this presentation, what Rhenus could offer to our customers to drive this decarbonization agenda. And yeah, so let's go through the first topic then. A brief introduction about Rhenus. I hope that everyone knows a little bit already about us. But yeah, founded in 1912, Rhenus has become now a global powerhouse with nearly 8.6 billion euros turnover across over 1,000 locations with almost 40,000 employees. And this is an astonishing journey of us, and I would like to welcome you to join me. Congratulations, Rhenus, to this 111 year of history. Yeah. So, when it comes to sustainability agenda, we have defined the 3 key areas that we put at our top priority: people, environment, and solutions. For people, increasing well-being and equality of our employees are at our top priority. And then for environment, we spent effort in making sure that we measure the emissions across our operations and track it and analyze it and improve it over time. And for solutions, we have a very much dedicated team right now to really look into the solutions that we can offer to our customers. not only with the compensation program, but also towards the sustainable fuel solutions as well. And I want to also highlight that partnering with Clean Cargo Group, Climate Partner, which we have also a partner here, Code Zero and Eco Transit, also enable us to ensure the emissions methodology as well as the management of our internal emissions. So then I would also like to share that we are so much happy that last year we got a gold standard from EcoVadis, which makes us the top 1% of the logistics providers who is being rated by this certificate rating. And we acknowledge that the journey is the continuous journey, so we won't stop here. Let's move on to the next very important topic, which I think most of the time is quite not being discussed. Why do we need to care? As everyone knows, the Paris Agreement has set the target to limit the increase of the average temperature to 1.5 degrees Celsius. And this is to prevent the drastic change of the climate patterns all around the world. And you know what? At this stage, with the global policies, we are staying at the 2.7 degrees only, which is still well beyond the limit. And even if all the nations has achieved the national determined contributions, we are still staying at 2.4 degrees, well beyond the 1.5 limits. And what means by that? With the 2 degrees, what could happen is already that 62% of the areas will be increased, by burning wildfires, and 4 months average lengthening of droughts, and 16% probability of ice-free Arctic summer, which means less reflected heat, resulting into a very severe heat waves, which is in fact, this is happening right now from the region that I'm coming from. So I'm coming from Asia, and in Asia at this very moment, we are experiencing a so-called monster Asian heat waves, which put the people with the sensitive group, for example, my parents, at risk of having this heat issue. So I would like to say here that the time maybe to discuss why is already behind us. So we need to act right away. Now, before we move on to the next topic, I would like to give you some brief introduction about the scope of emissions first. So for those who already know about this, just stay with me for 2 minutes because it's quite relevant to what we're going to present afterwards. The emission scopes are divided or categorized into 3 scopes. Scope 1 is the direct emissions that comes from the sources that the company owns or control, such as our own building or vehicles. And scope 2 emissions is the indirect emissions that is a generation comes from the generation of electricity, or cooling, or heating that the company have to purchase from the utility provider. And the scope 3 emissions is the most challenging one that we want to highlight here because, let me first talk about that. This is the emissions that coming from the all the other indirect emissions across the upstream and downstream activities, including transport and distribution, business travelings, purchase goods and materials, and etc. And at Rhenus Air Ocean, this scope alone account for more than 90%. And I guess you can already guessing, like within this 90%, the majority is coming from transportation. And this is exactly the same scope as what we are talking for our customers. So let me transition directly towards the next topic. What we can actually do. when it comes to sustainability in supply chain, I would suggest that we take a holistic approach, by consider the entire journey of the shipment, from pre-shipment to during shipment and to post-shipment. Pre-shipment, I call it myself the planning stage. It's actually the stage that you can do a lot more than you think by just think about the change of the mode of transportation, which I also find that the insights from speaking to our customers in the last few months is the process that's being much neglected most of the time. What means by optimization? So just for an example, less air freight. Or think about the other mode of transport rather than air freight. I know this is like quite difficult because you need to understand the impact and talk to supply chain, making sure that you understand and think about the lead time properly. But air freight can emit more emissions than ocean freight, like up to 50 times, which is a lot. If moving to the other transportation modes is not the option, if you really have to stick with the air freight, think about the programs such as Regreen, which is the program that Rhenus is offering to visualize the emissions between different aircraft types so that you can make informed decision before you really execute a shipment. And this product or solutions alone can help avoiding up to 40% of the emissions. And this is really before the shipment is executed, So take this back and consult your supply chain team to rethink and redesign the transportation mode. And for during shipment, there are, let's say, two things that you could do. So first is the reduction options, and second is maybe the compensation. I'll first talk about the compensation because here we are talking about the use of carbon offsetting, which Rhenus also offer a couple of programs together with Climate Partner here to, let's say, basically making sure that the shipment is offsetted or compensated with the emissions. For example, FCL. In Asia, we partner with CNC, which is our co-carriers, to make sure that the FCL shipment that's being shipped within intra-Asia is fully offset until our program ends end of this year. And for LCL, I have our head of Europe LCL here staying with me. We have developed a program that is also very much focusing on optimizing the energy process and efficiency within the gateway that we own. And we measure every single scope of emissions from 1 to 3 and compensate the emissions that we cannot avoid as of now. And this is at currently no extra cost for our customers. We also offer similar program for air freight. So if you want to know more details, just reach out to us, to our colleagues here in this booth. I would like to make also a point here regarding the use of carbon offsetting. This, for Rhenus, is not a long-term goal. We do see that this is part of the element, but it should never be a long-term or medium-term goal. On the other hand, in setting should be the direction, which means that moving towards the sustainable fuels. And I would also like to voice out here to the regulators and also the carriers that we don't do enough. We should drive the green premium down as much as possible and as soon as possible to encourage the big shift from the traditional fuels to sustainable fuels. And from talking with a couple of clients that we are having, the price is still quite unaffordable. So the next topic will be about the post-treatment, which is last but not least, because track and analyze is basically the topic that you should actually do across the value chain. Without the data, you won't be able to analyze and think about how you can improve the emissions. So next time, if you speak to the logistics providers, I hope, and it's Rhenus, ask them about your emission footprint. How can you reduce them? This will be the first steps to every other actions afterwards. And we do hope that the effort that we are spending at Rhenus Air Ocean is triggering all the necessary discussions and drive the actions moving forward, especially towards the use of the more sustainable fuels in the years to come. Thank you very much.